Alright, I got a replacement set of carburetor parts here for my Echo leaf blower. So we'll just start with the basics, which is obviously taking the air cleaner off. Always check these things, make sure they're not clogged or anything funny like that. That was never this problem. I took it to a shop and the guy's like, hey, you need to basically get a new carburetor. So nothing that a little bit of eBay can't fix. You can see what actually came in the package and see how we can change this out. Okay, nothing in there. Looks pretty awesome. Okay. Do the basics, right? Always good to have screwdrivers on your keychain, isn't it? So I do that. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, so we got a lot of good parts here. This, just open it the rest of the way, I guess. There we go. Okay, so 2 air filters. That's really nice. So I can change that one out. That's good. This looks like an entirely new carburetor. So if you look at this, this is all the same. Guess that goes like that. This is a full tune-up kit I got.
Huh?
It's a full tune-up kit I got, plus a new carburetor.
Sweet.
Yeah. It was fairly cheap, too. I forget how cheap, but fairly cheap. So we'll put that there. The bubbles for that. Okay. And gaskets.
Sure.
Alright, now we're going to take this apart. These 2 screws got to go. Let's look at those. Alright. A little bit of a warm day, but whatever. Right? Shut. So, a lot of old tools from my dad. Ancient Torx wrenches from who knows when. Anyway. If I'm lucky, yep, that's the right one. So we start with the Torx wrench. Take this apart. There's a throttle thing over here we'll deal with in a moment. We'll get this all apart nicely. So. Now these bolts actually loosen up the whole carburetor, so that's moving pretty well. And they're very long. You gotta be very careful because it goes into the engine. And when this comes out, we'll have a couple things going on here, because this is the fuel pickup. And these hoses will go into well, it looks like it's supposed to go into that, but it's the wrong size. That's delightful. Let's see what we can do about that. Wonder if they sent me the wrong one. Wouldn't that be awesome? Alright, let's see what happens. I gotta do side-by-side comparison before we go anywhere. Right. Oops, okay. So this comes off. This little knob on the wire drops around that. then we're connected to the gas tank. So we'll just kind of pull, oops, the hoses off. Try not to let it spray too much on us. And just remember the clear one was on this side. That's important. And then suddenly, these things look very similar, don't they? Okay. So, take our bolts out. Lay that there. Lay that there. And we just go side by side and make sure that we're all the same here. Looks like I'll have to thread this one into there somehow. So this needs to come over. This screw is bent. That's messed up. What else do I need? I don't know. The original one says China. I'm pretty sure this other one's also made in China. It's just kind of the way a lot of small engines are done nowadays. Alright, so we gotta get that little cable over. We could do that. No big deal. And let me get a rag real quick. I'll go find a rag real quick. Put it. Let's see here. Shop towels, always a handy thing to have. Now, cardboard to sit down on. Alright, so, yeah, pretty much this area I'd like to not mess with too much. I'd like to just pop in the new carburetor and not deal with any extra effort. I'm already seeing a difference, right? So, see how this one's angled? So I gotta turn this like this. Is that gonna work? I can hope so. The bottom part, very similar. So now how do I get this into there? I'm gonna have to snake it through and hook it in. So let's take a look at this. And how do we do that? I'm gonna have to use a screwdriver to turn that. And maybe pop it out sideways. No? Okay, that was not wise, maybe. Let's see here. If I can lift it up. Kinda, okay. So I get it kind of rotate, whoops. Rotate it around. So like half a turn, oops. So what I want to do is do a half a turn. See, it just pulls that, so that's no big deal. But how to get it off? Right? I'm gonna pull this through. See if I can't push that through the slot. Yep, that's how it goes. Pushes out the slot. Ah, come on, baby. Get out. There we go. Alright, so then I can take this wire out. And I gotta get it back into this brass, whatever color you want to call it, receptacle. I guess I can just lay it in there and then twist it around. See? And then it just goes that. But I needed to have that through there first. Ha ha ha. See? Can't do things out of order. So we're going to put it through the hole. Please work. Yay. That works. Then we pop it into this, the slot of this brass part here. Just got to like do a hook here. Got to go around a corner almost, and then go in. Do I have it backwards? there only one way this goes? Yeah. So there's a one way that this goes. There's a slot and then there's a bigger end where this little ball can fit into. That's what we got to do. Let's get that into there. Turn the lights a little bit here, help out. It's a little delicate work. I don't want to screw this up at all, but don't want to spend all day either. So that can go into there, and that's good. Ta-da! Is that it? Now I want to make sure I got the angles of these two the same. This part, really. That's what I'm worried about. Oh, really? Like, does it go further in? There, it's a little firmer. It's kind of standing up still, but we'll kind of figure that out. There. Now the throttle's opening. It's pretty cool. Whoop, whoop. Anyway. These little spouts go on the bottom. The clear one, so to speak, goes on the front part. This just pops into this throttle part here. This just sits off to the side. So I can plug this back together here pretty quick if this works right. We'll see how it goes. The thing is, what I don't like is they sent me a new one and it's a different sized grommet altogether. Just totally different. And I wonder if I can't. How do I do this? Let's undo that real quick. Right. We got our carburetors. Let's keep our nice carburetors over here. Then, of course, the gas tank. Kind of filled it up the other day. That was brilliant. Does this pop up? I guess it does if you pry it well enough. Obviously, I've got this on concrete here. You want it not on asphalt. Asphalt will get dissolved by gasoline. Let's see what we can do here. See if I can pop this out. I don't want to ruin it, but come on, baby. Come on up. There we go. Kind of coax it out a little bit. There we go. Ha 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 ha. And then there's a metal part on the end that I have to go through this way? Is that really how that's going to go? Really? You're going to do that to me? Wow. So it won't go through the hole. Holy smokes. Because I'd like to put on the new filter. But not if it's too much of a frigging pain in the butt. So let's see what we can do here. See if I can't drag it this way through the fill hole a little bit. Okay, there we go. Got that over here. Alright, so I don't know what the deal is with this. But old fuel filters, to me, are a problem. Now, is this going to come off of here? Am I going to be able to get it onto that hose? So I can reuse the grommet? That's my current philosophy at the moment. That's what I want. It's got tiny little spring clips on the hose here. They're so cute. They're tiny. Oh my god, they're tiny. I'm more of a car person. I don't work on small engines all that much. Let's see. Or do I just pull that up and off? Do I pry this off? Yeah, that's what I do. I'll just pry it off. At the very least, I want to change out the fuel filter. But look at this. It's a big difference. It's a Big difference. Can I do that? Oh, hey, that just happened. Oh, well. Okay. Interesting. Well, it's weighted. All right, so I don't want to destroy things any more than I have to. Let's see here. Vent. Okay. So I should, let's see, how long is this hose? Yeah, okay. So what I'll do is I'll just, see that's got a clamp on there. I could just hook that up in there. Then I got a brand new, there we go, whoop, hose and clamp. We don't want to lose clamps. Clamps are good. Where'd the other one go? Because, I don't know if that's going to work so well. See, this is just bonded to this. Alright, so let's go put this back this way. And then grab my needle nose. Pull it through. Okay. Not quite what I want to do. That little clamp hiding in there. Alright. Get the clamp up and out. Okay. So that I can shove back in there. That's good. Nice fresh fuel filter will make me feel good about almost anything. Then I can put this on here. These other hoses I don't have to change. That's a pretty good deal to me. Just get that on there. Alright. I could shove this clamp up on here too. And then it won't fall in, hopefully. Well, the clamp will never go into the gas, but I mean, I just want the hose to kind of stay. And we're going to pop that back in, I guess. Just going to, without cutting the rubber, just kind of coax it in so that grommet pops in. Okay. Get that. Oh, there goes the gasket for the carburetor. Don't want to dirty that up or loosen that up at all. All right. Okay. Let's just kind of get the rest of this in. Okay. There. Snap. Good. All right. That's out. Okay. Or in. Now this was hanging down like this. Now who the hell has a... Oh, look at that. It's a gasket and... There's got to be a purpose for that. Alright. Alright. So, back to the carburetor. These little things go down. Clear in the back. Let's rotate this a little bit if we can help it. There we go. Rotate the grommet so it reflects reality. It ain't gonna rotate. That's cool. Alright. I'll just pop this together a little bit. I don't want to forget anything here. Alright, so now we got a new fuel filter. That makes me feel rather a lot better. It's nice that that kit came with all this stuff. It was a little bit unclear to me. I was like, oh, I'm going to order a new carburetor. I don't know what's going to come with. So I'm glad it came with that fuel filter. This clear hose is just, I guess, a return hose for lack of a better term. This goes like this. Oh, see? So that pulls that way. That's where that goes. Okay. This, in theory, goes here. I don't know if I need that same exact thing. This gasket. Alright, so we're in better shape. Now, let's take a look at... Okay, so I got this old thing, this old hose. That can go over here. Got the old carburetor. Kind of done with the old carburetor, I guess. gaskets, right? Let's figure out what's going on. I can get this together nicely. And then there's these extra rubber things. I guess maybe they break after a while. Mine never did, but nice to have extras. And yeah, okay, let's see what happens. 2 gaskets. Oh, okay. We got holes on one side and no holes on the other. Okay. Let's see here. How did this go? Is there something funky I'm missing about how this works? What's great is it comes with no instructions. So, this one has a little hole there, and that's important because it actually needs to allow the fuel through a little slot on this bottom part here, and it's very hard to see, but there's a little slot there which comes through here and then goes through the gasket. So this might work here, and the hole lines up, so that's kind of nice, because the other gasket doesn't have anything. It's just a frigging plain old gasket. But do I use that gasket? Do I use this old one, which is beat? See, this one's got the hole in it too. Okay. See? Matches up, which is nice. No other holes. No other holes needed. Gonna live on the edge. We're gonna use the new gasket. Okay. It's kind of unreal of me. Doing cars, you got such larger, things to go by. Alright, so, bottom line is this. I gotta get this on here. I gotta then get the gasket on this side, which is clear to me that's the way that goes. I need to get new air filter. Done? Cool. Okay. I need this to go through this part to be the choke, right? Oh, the choke is literally just something that, check this out, it's a lever that blocks the opening. That's all. That's all it is. And the rounded part, smooth part goes towards this. So we do that. Then this part goes on. So let's get this all put together here. Lined up. Get all the holes put together. All the way through. That's good. Then we get the other one on. In, I should say. And through the holes of all the gaskets. And make sure that the gaskets actually got captured. And they did. They look good. Then we put this whole assembly up, and don't forget, hook up the throttle cable, or else we're going to have a sad day, bottom line. And that just goes and rolls on up in there. It goes up like that. Okay, now, just start doing this. Alright, at least it's together now. Wrench, right? Yeah. Let's just do this a little bit. Okay. Spin that puppy on. This isn't too bad. I mean, I think if I spent 25 bucks on the new carburetor, but we obviously have to see if this works, right? Close the gas cap before I turn this over and spill it all, right? Wouldn't that be dopey? Oh look, I found my other spring, which I'm okay with. That spring goes over here with this old filter. Anyway, I tend to just want to just a slight wiggle to make sure this is all seated right and put together right before we go and tighten it down. I swear the intake manifold's made of plastic. Maybe it's aluminum if I'm lucky. No, I think it's plastic. Anyway, just be gentle. Get this together. But you obviously have to clamp it together enough that the air doesn't leak through the gaskets, or else you will have a very bad time at that point. So, quick review. We put 2 gaskets in. I snaked in the new intake, so to speak, for the gas. New carburetor. I have not changed anything about how... I think I screwed this up here. I did. I'll have to undo that. Let's see what I did. Let's do that. Better to find this out early, right? Love my hex keys, or Torx keys. Torx sets are cheap. I mean, don't be afraid of buying a set of tools and save yourself the $40 that someone else will charge you to go and do this work, right? Anyway, so this is going this way. Do I have to loosen it up more? Yeah, I'll probably have to take it off, unfortunately. I'm going to keep the screws all the way through the assembly, but, this... Alright. Okay. Alright, keep the whole assembly together. Let's do it correctly this time. It snakes in from behind because this pushes outwards. So, let's see what we can do here. Try and get this snaked around the right way. Up and over and in. Okay, there. Put it back together. Okay, now we're talking. Okay, now, and just to show you, that's how that's supposed to work. Okay, now we're in good shape. So let's screw it together. Just a little bit on each side before we go really nutso here. Tightening it. Just make sure it fits right, looks right. That the angle on the little piece that guides the wire over here, the throttle cable, looks right. And then choke, that's good. And of course the nice new air filter. Thank goodness for that. And I could put in a new spark plug. Probably should, but I'm going to cheat, just see if it doesn't work better right off the bat. Okay. Let's see how this kind of pushes down. We want to twist this part down a little bit. Okay. That's better. Okay. Back to tightening. See, that just moved up. Okay. Do what? Quarter turn of tightening. I suppose if it runs really horribly, we'll know. Now for the fun part. That's junk. These two little bits are not junk. And the spark plug is not junk. This little bit here, not junk. So, we're gonna kind of put this all back in the box here. Keep that off to the side a little bit. Alright, And there's just a wing nut there. All right. Oh yeah, this goes like this with the choke symbol here, or signage, shall we say. Get it screwed into the center of that part. Just gently get that on. Now, that's on. Cold start, whatever. This is fully empty of gas, so we actually have to pump it up into this bulb. So we're going to try that kind of like right now. See what happens. 3, 4. Now I got gas up here. I'm going to do one quick squeeze and it actually pumped back out. So that's good. Now this is primed. I should be able to do cold start and just get this thing going. So what I'm going to do is put my tools together here real quick. And we're going to go try this real quick. And see how this goes. Right? Right, let's do it. Let's see how the leaf blower does. Okay. Let's grab it and go. But that's all you need. Needle nose pliers, screwdriver, and in theory this thing will work. Nice new carburetor. Let's see how it goes. Set you guys up over here and hang out on the car for a moment. Alright, let's see what happens. On. Do like half off. Doesn't sound like it's on. It's a little weird. Oh, I see the problem. That gasket, it's pretty much not in there properly. Okay, let's go fix this. Screw it up. By we, I mean me, really. All right, back to the drawing board here. Not too badly, but I noticed the gasket on this side totally out of place. My fault. Let's go back to the basics. We'll get this back together. Stuck in air, didn't sound right. I wasn't paying attention. When I took it apart that second time, it slipped. And by it, I mean the gasket. So we'll get the gasket back on and go from there. I hope that's all that's going on here. Pretty much have to back these out all the way to get that gasket in there properly. Yeah, it dropped down, that's all. There we go. Okay, so that's on right, that's on right. The next one is, oh, see, it just drops right down. So I'm gonna get the first one screwed, first bolt screwed in a little bit. I'm gonna hold up the gasket for the second bolt. There it goes. Okay, see that? Now it's held on there. Let me get this done right. Yeah, it's definitely screwed into plastic. Holy smokes. Alright, that's better. Much better. Feels better screwing it together. Okay. Okay, that better. That's probably going to do things a little better. Okay. Okay. That looks good. Okay. All right. Put the cap back on here. Again, let's try that again, huh? What do you say? Silliness. But attention to detail. Uh-oh. Is that going to go in? No, it's not. Here, so what's going wrong here? What is going wrong? Now I got the fun part where the this piece isn't going on. Huh. Weird. Alright. Doesn't that just go like that? Yeah, it does. Doesn't this just go into the middle of this? Yes, it does. And then there it goes. Again, attention to detail. A good first ray, just take your time, and that's good enough for the most part. Okay, let's do it. Put the tools back. Outside. Try this again with the new carburetor. All right. Let's see what we got. There we go. Hear that? Cold. Oh, too much choke. That's good. That's really good. It should go higher though. That's it. Eight bars running. Woohoo! Now I'm gonna try to take the exhaust off. I got one of these screws off again. The Torx Torx T6, whatever you want to say. Yeah, Torx. I'm not sure what size Torx I have. A T40. I have a T40. That's working pretty well here. Take these little screws out, little cap screws, and we're going to try and see if the exhaust is messed up on here or not. And if it's not, then, because it runs well with the carburetor, new carburetor on, that runs well enough. It's just not quite revving way up, so we'll see if there's something on this side of the motor that might need a little help. You know, this isn't that old of a unit, so how many years do I have had this? 3, 4? Not that much. In any case, let's go do this. Okay, got all those out. Of course, I was just running it so this thing's nice and hot. Now, just going to grab the exhaust here. Take that out. Okay, so you got your outer part. That's fine. Inner parts. So what I have is, if we look really closely, we have this bit, which seems okay. That's kind of an interesting little tidbit there, whatever that is. Part of the exhaust passageways before it gets up to here. Anyway, then in here, that's the screen. And the screen actually looks good. If that was clogged at all or dirty, I'd say, hey, we got a problem, but it doesn't look clogged. I wonder if I can take that out. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we all can do here. Because that's the name of the game. When it comes to this exhaust screen, it's just sitting in there. I mean, I have to take more off. You know, this is the questions I have. Should I bother? But it kind of looked okay. Kind of looked okay to me. So that's like cup shaped. That's what's going on. I'm going to guess that that's fine. I'm going to put this back together. And, yeah, that's the deal. It's just a weird setup. Hot. It's metal, so it conducts. Cool it off that way. Alright. These two parts go together, and they go in. That's the short answer. The long answer is what? Put a cap screw on and then feed this all the way in? Is that the answer? I think that's going to be the answer for me anyway. So let's do that. Get that back there. Get that screw started. Good. Okay. Once I got the one screw started, then I can kind of adjust the rest of this up. Get it all to fit right. Right. Aligned with the screw holes. Yeah. Good. Put that back together. Other corner, opposite corner, so to speak. Get that loosely put in. Do another one. Just get this all back together. Then we've got our leaf blower back together. Gotta love this. Small engine repair. Well, for me, I like my guy that I bring my stuff to, but it's a half hour each way. I do have some mechanical skills. I grew up in my dad's gas station. I'm willing to take a little bit of a chance. And as he said, nah, you can always bring it to me if you screw up. So, now, to get in here, do a little tightening. Okay, get in there. Come on, get in. Was it only every 60 degrees that we can get this on? If I can see properly, that'd be good too, wouldn't it? Actually, that's the thing. I'll just get it on. There. And grab it with the wrench. Twist it in. Okay, next one. Put it in. Hold it in. Twist it on. That's probably tight enough. Next one. Twist. The pliers. Yep, that's good. Next one. Twist it in. That's good. Next one. Twist it in. Okay, that should be good. Now, let her rip.